since launching Just Winging It, I have had a few women reach out to me for tips and ways on how I personally handle juggling school, work, family life, and things of that nature. To be completely honest with you, I do not have that answer set in stone. All that I can do is give you insight on ways that I try to de stress and manage my life on a day to day. I know the key to any type of um, organization and goal management is prioritizing what it is that you're doing. You have to be able to set your goals and then sit there and prioritize on what exactly needs to be done and at what point that needs to be done. So, with that being said, I also have extended myself to a few people to be their accountability partner. It's super imperative that you have someone in your circle who is like-minded and who will be there for you to push you to make sure that you meet your goals, if not exceed them. So, against my little sister's wishes, I am extending that to anyone who tunes in and follows me. If you are looking for an accountability partner, someone that can motivate you, push you, and make sure that you really do meet your goals, and you can ask anybody who I currently am labeled as their accountability partner. Anyone who I currently deal with now, they know that I'm on them. I'm very blunt. I'm not a yes man. I'm super realistic. I had someone tell me today that I was killing their dreams, but I wasn't killing their dreams. I was being open and honest with them, and that's also important to make sure you have people in your circle who actually are being honest with you. And you don't want someone that's only going to tell you the things that you want to hear. You need someone that's going to tell you the things that you need to hear in order to help you grow. So if that is something that you're interested in, go ahead and send me a message. I will send you the number to contact to link up with me, and I will definitely be there as much as I can to help you meet whatever goals that you have set forth for yourself. So, with that being said, I want to transition into something that I have been wanting to talk about for a while now. It's basically about people becoming complacent and stagnant in life. At any time in life, you can start over and do something new. So many people get wrapped up in relationships. They get wrapped up in career choices and jobs that they have because they've put so much time and invested so much time into something. They feel like they just have to go ahead and figure out a way to make it work instead of listening to that instinct that they have on the inside that's telling them that they need to do something else. I truly do believe that everyone has a purpose. Everyone has a calling for something. Everyone has their niche. Everyone is good at something. And a lot of the times people don't want to take the time to perfect their craft because they're scared. It's too much out of the norm, so they think that they're going to get talked about. They're going to be shamed if it fails. There's many things why people don't want to step out on faith and do something different. So they become complacent. They end up with this level of mediocrity that they're just comfortable with, and they have a longing for more in life, but they never do anything to act on it. They sit down, and now it's really hard now because social media allows you, if you're a weak-minded person, social media will break you down because you're constantly sitting there idolizing other people, comparing where you are in life to other people, and it's just messing with your mental. And a lot of the times we stop ourselves and our blessings because we're too afraid to act on that feeling that we have on the inside. A few years ago, like 4 years ago, going on 5, I couldn't take it anymore. I was in a relationship that I was not happy with. I wasn't happy with myself. I wasn't happy where I was in life. I wasn't happy with what I was allowing myself to accept. I had became complacent and stagnant. I felt like I put so much time and energy into that relationship that I was in. I felt like there's no way I can walk away from this because I was worrying about what other people were going to think, because that's all I had known for years. And I'm like, I fought hard for this. I rooted hard for this. I have to make this work. Even if I'm not happy, I have to find a way to make this work. And one day, you know, it was something simple that happened, but it was piled on top of so many big things that had never been figured out, to where it was like, this is it. You know, I want more for myself. I want more for my children. To hell with it. I'm starting over. And I made a decision for my life and for my kids' lives that I never would allow myself to have that feeling again. I can't even put a name on the feeling that I was feeling. I just knew that I didn't want to feel like that anymore. So I made a decision to do everything in my power to be better, to become more, to give more, to be a better woman, to educate myself more. And by educate myself more, I don't mean just like on like a collegiate level. I'm talking about knowing my self-worth, feeding myself information that was going to help me grow as a person, so that the things that I was pouring into myself, I would be able to pour into my children and other people. Acting on that, throwing away shame, because I was shamed that I had to break apart my family essentially because I made the decision to leave. I was shamed for that. I was embarrassed. I was hurt. I was all kind of things. I was scared, because you never know what's on the other side. But I kid you not, I woke up the next morning and it was like a brick was lifted off of my chest. I was able to focus better, and I was able to really try to figure out who I was, because I didn't know who I was. I'm still learning things about myself now. But the importance of all of that is knowing when to walk away from something. And that's applicable to a relationship, to a job, to anything. Is knowing when to break away from something because you know you have to do something different. It's very important to listen to that inner you. If you're at that job and you know that you're not meant to work a 9 to 5, you're not meant to be inside of that office all day. You're a people's person, you're a go-getter, you're thriving for more, you're longing for something different. Do it. Figure out what it is that's your calling, your God-given gift. Find it, perfect it, get paid for it. Everyone has it. You just have to figure it out. You don't have to do the things that your parents and those around you want you to do with yourself. You know what it is that you want to do. Lose the fear, lose the what if this happens. What if it happens? Things happen all the time. We work these 40 plus hours a week for someone else, and we don't get half of what we deserve for that job. We're missing time with our family. There are so many things that we miss because we have this certain schedule. Figure out a way to get it for yourself, and my biggest thing is wanting to be able to get it for myself, not just for myself, but so that I can create generational wealth, and so that I can put other people on in the position to give their families generational wealth. And there's more than one way to get it. The money is out there. You just have to figure out a way to get it. And it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not just about the dollar. There's so much more to it than that. But at the end of the day, we can't do anything if we don't have some type of money. If we don't have some type of wealth, it's hard. We live in a world where nothing is free. So we have to be able to break ourselves out of that stigma where we have to be placed in a box because we're too scared to go out and do anything. And so what? if the next person is doing the same thing, there's room and avenues out there for everybody to get it, because you are your own individual. So however you do it is never going to be the same as somebody else, and that's what's going to keep people coming to you. If you're organic and authentic and genuine in who you are, you're going to naturally attract your audience and people that you're trying to reach. So I hope that this motivates you in some type of way. I hope that you guys really listen to what I'm saying out there, because I've been there before. I know what it feels like to be stuck and complacent and feel like you can't do anything different than what you're doing right now. You go one step forward, you take 10 steps back. You know, you have to juggle everything that's being thrown at you. But the key is to figure out what it is that you want to do. Once you figure out what it is, what you want to do, figure out the steps that it's going to take for you to get there. Break those steps down, prioritize those steps, set smaller goals to get to the main goal, and it's going to happen one day at a time. As long as you're doing something to progress towards that ultimate goal, it's going to get there, and the feeling is going to be super rewarding and gratifying at the end. So again, if you are looking for some type of accountability partner, or if you do just want to know ways and tips or get any advice on how to manage your day-to-day, especially you single mothers out there, being able to juggle so many things is something that we just have to do. So if you're, at a standpoint and need help with trying to figure